This artwork has been supplied to me free of charge from Fanhome.com. Please pop along to their website and see all of the other build-up artworks that they have to offer, as well as other collections of collectible things. I would like to thank Fanhome for providing me with the artwork so I can produce these videos for your enjoyment and educational needs. If you'd like to build one of your own, pop along to fanhome.com. They're available in many countries worldwide. If you do want to build one, leave a note in the comments to let me know how you're getting on. So thank you once more to Fanhome for providing me with this kit. I hope you enjoy the build. Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and welcome to issue 9 of the Kit, a building kit from Knight Rider as a part work. 1/8 scale, it's going to be huge and lovely. So let's have a look through the magazine before we get to do basically the same as we did last time, but on the other side, with less wheel. This is the look at the series, Good Day at White Rock. Yeah, Michael takes a vacation, does a little bit of climbing, and then there's a biker gang. And, you know, small town America, everything turns out okay in the end, as you can imagine. There we go. Telling you what functions are used in the episode, what songs are played in the episode. It's quite nice. It's an interesting way of doing it. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's 4 seasons of Knight Rider, so we're talking about 100 episodes. So if they do 1 per issue, that will just about balance out right, won't it? So yes, the town of White Rock is actually a recreation of a typical Californian town. But it's been built at Universal Studios. That's quite interesting. They didn't actually use it. The set was used later for 2 legendary films, Back to the Future and Kingston Falls in the Gremlins. I didn't realise that they were the same town as well, but here we have it. So this was, yeah, I didn't realise Hill Valley was built for Knight Rider. Interesting, and things you never knew. He faces a gang of bikers. Yeah, no assault in solid armour. Threatens his amazing car. Yeah, good turbo boost and stuff and things. The build, we're mounting the right front suspension, fixing the knuckle and preparing the brake disc for the right front wheel. So yeah, there we go. Fitting the other side of the chassis in there, just the same as we did last time, and making the brake disc as we've done on the other side, and then obviously the wheel. Secret files, everyone would love to drive Kit. Well, he can drive himself, so you don't really need to, do you? But yeah. Custom look, yeah, he had fingerprint scanny things, didn't he? So yeah. Cool. Oh, very good. Why not? Only he can open his own doors, but why not just have fingerprint scanners as well? So that's that. Right, I shall clear the bench. I'll get the parts ready for the build, and we'll start actually putting things together. Right, the parts from this issue, the parts from previous issues, ready to go. We're basically doing exactly the same as we've done before, so I won't be fitting the spring until later because it just gets in the way and causes more problems. We've got fun with putting screws through bits again. Yeah, so this is going in there as it was before. So with the spring in there, but not yet. IM and a JM screw to hold those in place. This is the easy bit. That's the IM. Which side is the IM? The front, which is that side. As I've got it a different way round to the picture, just to make things more challenging. I'd rather work with it next to me rather than all the way over the other side. JM is this side. They are spare, so we'll put them over there. So this is going through there. Screw going through the screw hole. This is the one where it actually fits into the thread on the outside. And it's not threaded through there. So let's get that in there, at least started. Now we can turn it around and get this one through there. Again, get it started through the hole without having to worry about where it's going too far, and then worry about it going through the other bit when you know it's actually working and going through there. It's much more challenging having the thread on the outside. I would have been happier if it was hole there and thread on the other end, but I didn't design the kit, so you know, I can only do what they tell me to do. That is not quite lined up. That's probably why it's not going through there okay. Looks like that's lined up, and that is now working into that hole. way through, so that's now coming through nice and smooth. So let's take that back out and take that back out. Put that in the right place. Putting it down enough to make sure it goes through the hole. Definitely going through that hole. Let's do the same on the other side. And then there's no point in putting the spring in there yet, because you can put that in at any time up until you put basically the second side of the bracket in. So why would you have a bit in there loose and floating around and causing problems when you really don't need to? So that's that tightening down through there. Actually, I'm going to finish tightening those up off camera because it's basically boring for you. What we have to do now is this part goes through the top there, just like it did on the other one. Now, we haven't got the whole wheel to play around with. We've only got this bracket. So that will be going in there. And as happened last time, that's going to go through there like that with a, what's it got? A KM screw. Going through there. Now, that should be much easier than before, because we've not got the entire wheel to play around with. Get that the right way round. It's that way up, goes through there. And this is going through from this side. So yeah, we've not got the entire wheel to play around with, so that should be nice and easy. That's going in there quite nicely. The trick is now getting that through there and that through there. Actually, I'm going to put that in there now. Make sure that the hole through there is sufficient and clearance and things and lined up. Just like that. So that's, yeah, that's working. So I'm okay with that. So now we've just got to do that while it's in place in here. So that's got to go through there, like that. Not difficult. That through there, and then that through there. But I can get it from all sides and things now because, as I say, there's no wheel on it. It would have been easier to do that way. I can understand why they wanted to get the entire wheel built and assembled first, but it just makes stuff a little bit more tricky, doesn't it? And then, again, imagine having the spring in there now as well. There's just no need for it. So yeah, that's that on there. Then we need to do the other bit again. Attach that to that with another KM screw. That's the easy bit. There. The one that's a little bit longer than you think it needs to be, but it's not going to be causing any problems. It's not going to be getting in the way of anything, so it's all right for it to be a little bit longer. Go get that through there now, and then get that lined up through there like that. Tighten all of that down. Sure it lines up and moves as it should. It's working. Nice. Is that. So then this goes through the other side there and then into that. Now, before you can do that, you need to put the spring in, because once that's attached, you can't open it back up again. But before that, I shall, again, find out the correct screw to use, which is another KM screw, as you can imagine. One more of those. So before I put that through there, I'm going to make sure it fits through the other side of this bracket. Get that thread cleared, lined up and eased through. Feels okay to me. It actually feels surprisingly easy, actually. But yeah, that works. Let's take that back out. Let's put that in the middle there. And again, make sure that that fits through. Probably have to do it in anger with everything else lining up as well. About there. It's not quite there though. That's it, I think. Getting tighter, but it is still going in, so it's definitely going through the hole, just going through securely, clearing out that thread in there. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't need to tighten it all the way down yet. All of this time I'm being careful and being aware of the post that I've got on there, the steering column, because I don't want to break anything. Loosen that off just a little bit more. There we go. That's that. Right, let's get the spring in there. Get that pushed down there. So this is now having to go through the bottom piece and then line up and then screw in, just like what we did before. With everything in there. The spring's not really under tension. It's just sort of there, to be honest. So that's that. I've still got the other bits of that to tighten up, and I shall tighten up that bit first as well. So that's all going together quite nicely. So yeah, actually before I do the rest of this, I'm going to go away and tighten these all up. So I'll come back in a moment, and then we'll get the last bit built. All right, that's that all in tight, secure and arranged as it should be. Next we're fitting the large bracket to the other side, exactly the same as we did previously. So we've got a GM, a KM, and 2 more GMs to go through the hole, just like we tried to do from the wrong side last time. But now we know what we're doing. It's all going to be so much easier, I'm sure. So this one is attaching that bracket, that the bracket is still loose because it's moving around. That lined up properly. If you can't get it lined up, then it won't fit. Actually, I'm going to not do that yet. I'm going to do these two first. Actually, I'm going to do the one on the other side first, the one with the different screw. Apparently throw it around. So that's going onto, again, the outside of these two, I believe. I'm not sure why there's 2 of them, but here we go. No, the inside lines up better. Is that where I had that one? Yes, it's on the inside of those 2. Go through there and into bit at the back. Like that. Get it in so it's holding but not too tight. Now I can play around with the one on the front. Again, I didn't get lined up properly last time, so let's get that lined up this time. Through there, and feels like it's going into a thread. That's that. So that's attached but not tight. Now comes the bit that you can't see. The 2 holes through there both need one of these screws through them, through all of this and through that and into the bracket at the back. So I can just about see where it's going. It's not easy. It really isn't. It would be easier to do it from the other side, but apparently that's not how it's been designed. I feel like that's making contact in the right place. I don't know. Right, I shall do this bit again off camera. If this time doesn't work, this time didn't work, right? I've got to get the angles right and see what I'm doing with that. I'll do that and then come back to do the final bit with the plastic. Yep, there we go, all done. Screws through there, holding that all tight. It's all nice and secure, looking good. I'm happy with that. I was believing that this was the front, but obviously that's the front because that's where the steering column's got to come up to this side. So yeah, so that's the underside. That's the right way up, going that way. I like it. It's coming together. It's not there yet, but you can see the size of it coming together. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, that's that. Finished with that for now. 2 more bits to build. We've got the brake disc thing to make, which goes on there. Which way up? That way up, that way, and that goes underneath it that way, just like that. I was trying to put it through the middle, but obviously it doesn't go like that. 2 of the BP screws going through there because it's plastic. One in, get the other one in, tighten it up, and we're away. This is obviously going to be installed into the wheel, and then the wheel will be fitted to the rest of the chassis at some point in the near future, I'm sure. tighten down in there. Nice and tight, but not too tight again. That's that. So then the next bit is just putting it together. You've got little cut out bayonet pieces to worry about. Get them lined up and everything else should fall into place. There we have that. So that's going to be basically in there. I don't remember which way round, but that's that. You've got inside that wheel already, and then that will be fitted over there, a bit like that. And the rest of the wheel will be fitted to the outside of that. So another week done, another build complete. Thank you very much for this. Hopefully there'll be another one coming up tomorrow. Hopefully, that's the plan. I'm going to try and get these daily releases in the afternoon, just to clear through the backlog of kit that I built up. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. I shall see you very shortly for this or other builds. Bye bye for now.